Hi, everyone. My name is Kimberly Cantrell with ICEV. Thank you for joining us today for this session. We are joined by Eric Sides from EETC, and I'm going to let him introduce himself and get us started.
Hey, Kimberly, thank you. My name is Eric Sides, and I'm the Executive Director for the Equipment and Engine Training Council. So let's get into the slide presentation and learn a little bit about who we are and what we do. Let's get switched over here. All right, so a little bit about who we are. So EETC was founded in 1997, and of course we're a nonprofit trade association, really whose goal is to address the shortage of qualified service technicians in the outdoor power equipment industry. And when you ask, well, who's the, what type of equipment that is, well, really it primarily serves the lawn and garden industry, as well as the agricultural industry, and I would say more of the homeowner subcompact tractors, and then your rental market and light construction. So anything with a small engine in it, that's either an air-cooled small engine or a compact diesel engine as well. And of course, EETC is made up of industry professionals. So our membership includes manufacturers, distributors, dealers, associations, and educators, again, in the outdoor power equipment industry. And then, what do we do? Well, primarily there's three different areas that we serve in. Accreditation, where we accredit schools' programs in small engines or power equipment technology. And then, of course, we're the industry certifying body for the outdoor power equipment industry. And then we also do provide education in the form of some online learning that we have, as well as at industry trade shows, and we do live stream education as well. Now, the principles of small engine technology is something that we introduced about 2 years ago, and this is our entry-level certification. It was really designed to work inside of the secondary school marketplace, so at high schools, and it verifies the competency in industry standard equipment, tools needed to enter the outdoor power equipment industry. And of course, you can see a certificate here that's been generated from the system that has a date of issue and an expiration date for the certification. Now, really what we're trying to do with this certification is validate that the individual has acquired the entry-level skills and knowledge necessary to service and maintain small engines. Certification earners definitely are more qualified and prepared to enter entry-level high-demand roles within our industry. And individuals who earn this certification demonstrate and possess the technical knowledge and skills vital to succeed in our marketplace. Individuals with a certification prove they are more qualified for employment in the outdoor power equipment industry than, let's say, an applicant that does not have a certification. So certification does matter. Now, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, jobs in the small engine technician role are expected to grow by 5% between 2016 and 2026. And that's primarily driven by aging population, where, of course, our technicians are reaching retirement age, and we need to have a new pipeline of technicians entering the industry. And it's not just in our marketplace, it's in multiple marketplaces and industries for technicians. Now, according to ZipRecruiter, as of July 15, 2020, the average annual pay for an outdoor power equipment technician in the United States is $40,377 a year. And then the average hourly pay is around $19 an hour. Now, those are just averages, but let's talk a little bit more about that. You can see here how much will I make. Basically, the average, the national average is $19 an hour. An entry-level technician would start somewhere around probably $10 an hour. And then you can see on the other end of the spectrum, probably someone that's been in the industry for many years in a high-demand role, probably uniquely to that market, can earn up to $35 to $38 an hour. But on average, $19 an hour. So it's good pay. And I'll tell you where I started at in the industry. I started at, and I actually went to school for automotive technology, but ended up working at a manufacturer and progressed, through different positions. And we'll talk about those different positions in the industry here in a second. But Ended up becoming the executive director for Equipment Engine Training Council. So it's not just starting out, at the entry level position. There's definitely plenty of opportunity for career investment. Now, where are those jobs at? Well, I mean, really, they're all over the world. But in our market, of course, with the United States, they're everywhere. You can see the darker green shades here. This would be the warmer climates, of course. There's going to be more jobs where the climate, grass grows longer throughout that summer months and the fall and the spring. And then, of course, it's broken out across the United States. But definitely plenty of opportunity for employment across the U.S., no matter where you are. And I would say this, depending on the job that you have, if you get into the manufacturing and distributor side, you can move in multiple places across the U.S., especially as a mobile technician or some type of manufacturer field representative. And we'll talk about some of those individual positions here in a second. So, is there career advancement? I did mention that, and absolutely there is. And talk a little bit more about the markets. And I mentioned some of those markets, but I want to get a little bit more detailed here. So in the lawn and garden industry, of course, and then there's also the golf market. There's golf courses all over the United States. I think there's somewhere around 14,000 golf courses. Each one of those golf courses have to have a small engine technician. And then the agricultural industry, the skill set that is being taught, on equipment and engines is the same skill set that you would use on the larger pieces of equipment. So there's definitely a need in the agricultural industry. From the construction industry as well. There's light construction equipment and there's the bigger stuff. So all those skill sets are the same no matter where you go in the industry. And then there's the rental industry where you've got small engine equipment at the rental houses. You got the marine industry, and you got, of course, the boats that are run for 4-cycle and 2-cycle engines. And then you've got the power sports industry that has 4-cycle and 2-cycle engines as well. And a lot of those engines are air-cooled. So, a lot of opportunity in different markets. Now, what type of positions? And I got to writing these down today and thinking about them, but you got the parts advisor or parts sales role, parts manager, there's service writer, there's technicians at varying levels. A lot of times in shops, you'll have a level 1 tech or a level 2 or level 3 tech. Of course, the higher the number, the more pay and opportunity. There's mobile technicians or field technicians, they call them. There's service manager positions, warranty administrator, within the dealership, at the distributorship, and as well as the manufacturer have that role. Technical service representatives, generally this would be a distributor role or a manufacturer role. A field service representative probably would be a manufacturer or distributor type role. Of course, a service manager would be just about at every different type of job. The manufacturer wouldn't have a service manager, but distributor and dealer would. Product support manager, technical trainer, technical training manager, those would be more of a distributor and manufacturer type position. The equipment fleet manager would be more of a golf course or a municipal, state government or federal government type role where you're managing equipment fleets. And then of course, equipment sales at dealer and distributors. A lot of technicians transition into sales later in life. And then of course, you could own your own business and be a dealer principal. There's a lot of individuals that started out in the shop and ultimately took over the shop and maybe bought it from the previous owner when they retired, or took over the family shop, whatever it might be. So there's definitely plenty of opportunity out there in this marketplace. Now, the certification that we're dealing with Principles of Small Engine Technology is basically made up of 100 questions and assesses the knowledge and skills from the following different areas. Engine components, operation and overview, tools, parts and equipment identification and management, the disassembly procedures, and of course the assembly procedures, basic troubleshooting and maintenance procedures. And this is really where we focus this competencies towards the secondary school crowd for that entry level position. And we definitely wanted to be able to pull from a younger generation and fill that pipeline going into the industry. Now, why we created this program? Well, I'll tell you, to be honest with you, is we have a great need. And there's an opportunity, no matter where you go in the industry, to fill a role as a technician. And it's something that's very important to us, and it's why we focused on it. Now, I do want to mention, we do have some educational content. We do have engine cutaways. So if you want to add to your program and you're looking for some cutaways, we do offer those. And then we do have a clear carburetor training stand that we sell. So again, if you're teaching, this will be a great aid for your program. And then we got electrical training equipment. I don't know if you get into electrical in your program, but electricity in the equipment is, again, with all the varying equipment, there's robotics, there's lithium battery powered products, and electricity is definitely a part that needs to be taught. And then we also have a basic electrical training board that allows you to teach the tractor's electrical system. You've got the clutch, the starter, the key switch, and all the different components of that piece of equipment. And there's a curriculum that goes along with it. And we'll be doing a live stream education session on August the 4th on this particular product as well, to teach about the curriculum and how to use it and incorporate it in your classroom. And then we do have a fuel injection board. There's a lot of this equipment, not only the 4-cycle equipment, but the 2-cycle equipment, and then the diesel engines have a fuel injection system. So it's something that's very important, and we're going to be doing a live stream session on August the 18th for that as well. So that's a little bit about EETC. And I do want to mention before we leave and close out, we do have a catalog to help support your program. If you're looking for engines, you're looking for specialty tools, whatever it is that you're looking for from a small engine, power equipment world, we could help you with that. So go to our website or our online store, and you can see the items that we have there. And Kimberly, I'll turn it back over to you. That's all I've got.
Well, thank you so much, Eric. If you want to speak just a little bit about the training opportunities that you have had going on throughout the summer and will continue to have, I think our viewers would enjoy hearing more about those.
Absolutely. And those were the 2 sessions that I mentioned with those training boards. That's some of the topics we're going to be discussing. And then this year we are going to, I know that everybody is with COVID-19 is going to be a mixed bag of, some's going to be in school, some's going to be, working remotely from home. Some of it might be mixed together, and, some days at home and then going to a couple of days of school in small groups. That's what I'm hearing across the country from the teachers that I talk to. But we are going to be having weekly sessions. We're probably going to be doing 2 days a week. About 25 minutes to 30 minutes each session, and be looking for that information on our website, and we'll be putting some notices out. But we'll be starting that in September, and we'll go throughout the school year, and we'll be doing varying topics, whether it's 2-cycle, 4-cycle, electrical. We'll be kind of covering a whole plethora of different education competencies.
Fantastic. Well, Eric, thank you for joining us, and thank you for doing all that you do for the world of education. We really appreciate it, and I know that our viewers do too. For those of you that plan to join us for the Q&A, you can find the link below, and we will see you there.
The outdoor power equipment industry is experiencing a shortage of service technicians. To address this need, the Equipment and Engine Training Council offers a variety of school accreditation and technician certification programs. We created the EETC Principles of Small Engine Technology Certification to verify individuals are prepared for entry-level jobs in the power equipment industry.
Well, we definitely have a need for technicians to enter into the industry, and it was an entry-level program that was developed to really help draw students in and create a pathway for them to enter into the industry.
The Principles of Small Engine Technology Certification validates individuals have acquired the basic knowledge and skills necessary to troubleshoot, repair, service, and maintain four-stroke small engines. Tested on the ICEV platform, the Principles of Small Engine Technology certification ensures the certification earners are more qualified and prepared to enter high-demand roles in the outdoor power equipment industry.
If they have this certification, they'll be able to walk into a dealership and they have an entry-level certification to enter into the industry, and they're going to have preference over somebody that does not have that certification.